Hey guys, it's Scott with Scottie B Cards, and in this video I have a PSA and an SGC reveal. Kind of two stories of two different submissions here. This PSA order is all the way from March of 2021, while this SGC order was done in about 3 to 4 days. So it does show a big difference in how long it takes to get a card back. Obviously PSA is the gold standard when it comes to actually resale value, but it is nice to have SGC get back quickly as well. So I'm gonna go through these pretty quickly. So remember, a lot of these cards I submitted prior to bottom falling out and all the base cards. So overall, there are some cards like this top one you're gonna see that probably shouldn't have been submitted in the first place. But overall, I think I did pretty dang good in comparison to what I expected. I'm also going to show you on the screen how much money I lost if I would have gotten these cards back in a timely manner, to show over the last year and a half of waiting for these cards to return what their values have decreased by. Basically how much money I left on the table due to waiting for PSA. So the first card is a 2013 Topps update. This is an Anthony Rendon. This is a PSA 10. This is worth a whopping like $10 now at this point, which is insane because this was a lot more valuable when I sent the card out, but he's been really bad at the Angels, so not super surprising. After that, this is kind of a sad story. This is a PSA 9. I think the grade's completely fair. It's off center left to right. Besides that, it's in good condition. But this card, I actually opened up a sealed set of 2011 Topps. I got the Freddie Freeman and the Chris Sale, the next card I'll show. And of course, one of the only 2 or 3 cards in the entire set that was noticeably off center was the Freddie Freeman. But at that point, I already opened it and he's played well, so this worked out fine. It's still worth probably 50, 60 bucks. So not bad at all. Next up is a Chris Sale. This one did get a PSA 10 because it is centered. Card looks really, really good. Makes sense that this one got a 10. After that, we have an Alex Bregman. This is a orange Prism. This one is from 2017 Chronicles. This is the first set of Prism baseball that was released. This one, I believe, is number $3.99. Not worth much now, but at the time, Bregman still kind of was looked at as someone who could bounce back. I think right now we're kind of all convinced that he's not going to bounce back as much as we all hoped. Still a cool card, but not worth much, especially in a PSA 9. This is actually a card that probably increased since I sent it in. This is an Aaron Judge Topps Chrome PSA 10. This Topps Chrome I pulled out of a $4 pack at a card show. I got 2 packs of 2017 Topps Chrome, got the Aaron Judge, sent it in, and it got a 10. It's in really good condition. I think there was a small surface print line, but other than that, it was in PSA 10 condition. This is one of the cards that I got hit the hardest on and not having it back on time. This Corey Seager went all the way over $200, I'm pretty sure. And currently now it's worth 30 bucks. And so that's a real bummer of him going to the Rangers, leaving the Dodgers, and having a big difference in value. So this Corey Seager, it's not nearly worth what it could and should have been. I pulled this myself out of the 1 or 2 blaster boxes I opened in 2016. Really cool card, but overall a bummer I did not get this back 6 to 12 months ago. After that, we have a Giannis. This is a blue Velocity. This one pulled a PSA 10 as well. I pulled this one myself. Also a very nice card, really cool looking. Basketball cards like this used to have more value than they do now currently, just because it's a vet, not first, second, third year card, but it's still good looking. It still goes for a decent amount. Next up is a Mike Trout. This one is one of my favorite Mike Trout cards. It's him sliding into third base, has the rookie cup, even though he had his rookie in 2011, second year card in 2012. He actually didn't lose his rookie eligibility until 2012 when he won Rookie of the Year. That's why he got a rookie cup in 2013, his third year. Either way, nice PSA 10. Doesn't go for a ton now, but overall, I still think it's a cool card. Probably won't sell it because it's not worth a fortune. I think it's a cool looking card of Mike Trout. This is one of the cooler cards, in my opinion, in the submission. This one is a Joey Votto, Jay Bruce dual autograph from 2007 Bowman Sterling, so before both of their rookies, number to 275. Really interesting card. This one I think is accurately graded at a 9. There were actual print lines across. There's not anything deep or really crazy, but overall, because it's from 2007 and there were a few print lines, I didn't see Topps giving it a 10. I put it in just in case, but overall, I like just having it encapsulated because it is such a unique, pretty card. Next up, I sent this one in before realizing Paul Goldschmidt's going to be as good as he is this year, MVP caliber season. But this one I got in a 2011 Topps update set, and it looked good enough. I passed over it a few times, but finally sent it in because it was the last chance for the cheap pricing at PSA. I think it was $12 at the time. But this Paul Goldschmidt got a PSA 10. I love Paul Goldschmidt probably more than most collectors, but I'll probably sell this one just because of the value it's currently at, and maybe buy one back in the future. But really nice PSA 10 of Paul Goldschmidt. Really glad to get that one in a high grade. Then we have a Christian Yelich. He kind of fell off the map, didn't he? But Christian Yelich, this one did pull a 10. This one's a little bit off center too, left to right, but still not anything crazy within their 60-40 centering range, and they actually kept that, which is great. But Christian Yelich, this isn't worth much anymore after his MVP year in 2018, MVP runner-up year in 2019. He broke his kneecap in 2019, and he's never really been the same guy, unfortunately. Hopefully he can figure it out in Milwaukee, but if not, it's just a cool PSA 10 from a different era, essentially. After that, we have a really cool childhood card. I don't want to show the grade yet, but you can see this is actually one I pulled myself from a pack of Bowman back in 2007. It looks really good in the front. Hardly anything noticeable. Maybe the most slight white on the top right corner, and that's it. But it got a PSA 6. And you're probably thinking, why did that get a PSA 6? It looks so good. If you look at the back, I completely demolished it as a child. So as a 12-year-old me, I didn't take as good a care of as I should have because cards weren't really what they were back then. This is numbered 0, 1, and 99. Really cool. It's too bad it's not the refractor of the chrome version because those go for like thousands of dollars. This is probably only worth a couple $100 at this point, but still one of the coolest cards I pulled as a kid. I sold everything else I pulled as a kid, but I'm going to keep this one just for memory's sake. And this is an interesting one. So this card, I want you to look at the centering. It's pretty off center, left to right. I bought this one at a card shop for like $30 in 2021, right before I sent the submission in. And I was debating on sending it because I knew it was off center. It probably wouldn't get a 10 because of that. But I thought, you know what? An 8 or a 9 is still worth more than a raw. And it's only $12. I might as well do it. And it did get a gem mint 10. Really surprised on this one. This is a pretty good card. This was worth like $700 at its peak, so it's unfortunate I didn't get it back. It's still worth around $400 now, but I was surprised it got a 10 with the centering that it has. But overall, it's still a great card and probably one of my favorites from the submission because I love Max Scherzer, my favorite or second favorite pitcher, maybe behind Zach Greinke of the last 10, 20 years. And the last card of the PSA submission is a Todd Helton Refractor from 1996 Topps Chrome. 1996 Topps Chrome was the first year of Topps Chrome, and this has the actual draft pick logo on the top left. His rookie technically is 1993 from the USA set, but this one people still like because it's one of his first playing years, right before his playing years, and it has the draft pick in the top left itself, and there's not many of these refractors. This one had a print line a little bit across the top. You can kind of see it right where my thumb's at, and it goes across the card. Other than that, the card looks really good. I actually bought this for $1 in a $1 bin, and now I actually just sold this one, only one I've sold so far, and I sold it for about $650. So not a bad return for me. There's only 30 PSA 9s and there's only 3 PSA 10s. I think the back centering plus that print line probably are what kept it. The greening around his jersey, that happened while it was at PSA the last 18 months, which sucks. It was starting right when I sent it, but it wasn't that noticeable. Either way, his face isn't greening at all yet, so I think it's still a collectible card, and a Rockies collector is actually one who bought it, so I'm happy he did. All right, so that was my PSA order. Overall, I did pretty good. I just wish it was back a little bit quicker. Next up is my SGC order. So this card, this is the first one. This is a Juan Soto. This is a negative. There's only 50 of these that were produced, 50 to 60 of these. They're not serial number, but they're hobby only, and the black out of, I think, like 70 something, high 60s, low 70s, is also a hobby only parallel, and these are much harder to pull than those blacks. So there's only about 50 to 60 of these. They're pretty tough to find. When I bought this, the guy told me that, yeah, it's in great condition, but this corner's pretty munched. You can see there's a crease kind of across the card slightly. It's just a munched corner. Same with the top right, has a little bit of damage. For that reason, it pulled an 8. Kind of disappointing, but I'm okay with it just because it looks so good in the slab. I'd rather have it in an 8 slab than raw and have to explain to everybody every time if I ever want to sell it what's wrong with it, because that's always the worst thing as a seller. So pulled an 8, not bad. I was hoping for an 8.5, but it is what it is. After that's a Mike Trout. This one has some, you can see, like, I don't know if it's peeling on the edges, but it has some edge issues and on both sides of the card. Other than that, the card looks really, really good. This card did pull a 8.5. This is numbered to 199. Really nice Mike Trout rookie card. Just one for my Finest PC because I love Finest, one of my favorite sets ever. So pretty excited about that Mike Trout. After that, we have a Raphael Devers. This is the red jersey SP image variation from 2018 Topps. He's had a great year this year. I think he's on the IL now. I hope the Red Sox can keep him. I'm kind of leaning towards they won't at this point. But either way, this one did pull a SGC 10. So really great card. I think it's a fair grade. One of the corners wasn't perfect right there, but still in a very good condition. So this is one I'll probably sell eventually. So if you're interested, let me know on that one. After that, this is a very interesting card. This is a Billy Butler black. So the black this year was numbered to, what was it, 54. And it looks really good on the front. And the back does have some condition issues. You can see in the bottom edge, there's a little bit right there. little bit of damage. So I didn't expect it to get a 10 or a 9.5. I thought a 9, 8.5, or even an 8 were what it would get, and it did get an 8. My only thing with this card is when I sent it to SGC, I think they may have damaged it. You can see over here along the edge, it's peeling. The card's actually peeling, and that was not an issue at all when I sent it along the entire top and side. I've already reached out to SGC. If they got back to me, I will put on the screen what they did to compensate me or do for me on this card. It's literally a PC card, and you're not going to find a Billy Butler out of 54 out on the market, really, ever. So I'm a little disappointed in that, but I bet you they'll make it right. And hopefully by the time I release this video, I'll let you know exactly what they did. And the last card is a Clayton Kershaw 2008 Topps Update rookie. I traded a couple cards for this one from someone on Instagram, and it looked really good. It's not perfect. You can tell it's still a little off center, like right here, left to right. But after I got the Max Scherzer back, I thought this Kershaw has a really good chance of a 10 because the Max Scherzer, which has worse centering, got a 10, but it did pull a 9.5. SGC is a little bit more strict on centering versus PSA. I think an SGC 9.5 is probably fair. Still a great card. I'm glad I got a 9.5. And again, people might say, why didn't you send these cards to PSA? Well, the truth of the matter is I didn't want to pay $50 a card. I know it's $18 special, but it takes 120 days, business days, and I got these back within like 5 business days. And they're basically all for PC or for other various reasons. I want to make them more liquid and sell them this season type of a thing, and this just made the most sense. This card definitely could go to PSA. I think it has 10 potential, but overall a 9.5 slab is not bad at all. So those are my grades. Let me know down in the comments below which ones you like the most, which ones you're the most surprised about, and other than that, guys, I will catch you in the next video. See ya.